Hello YouTubers, today we have a special new knife day with my Olamic Cutlery Swish. The blade is 3.8 inches, it is about 4.69 ounces, it is made out of Olamic steel, and it's made right here in the USA. I had a Olamic Wayfarer 247. I thought it was a little cramped for my hand. Everybody knows I got big hands. And I said, let me try a Swish. Looks like a bigger style knife. I like a big blade. I like a very strong detent and a great thwack. The 247, the Wayfarer, had a fantastic action. I really enjoyed it. I was very happy to sell that to my buddy Dave. He is enjoying it thoroughly, and I'm very happy for Chris for making sure that I had an opportunity to try that Olamic out. It's great that we could, share knives with everybody, and everybody gets a chance to try something new. So this Olamic Swish is, again, 3.8 inches of blade steel. I don't know if I call it sheep's foot or clip point. I'd have to go back on the website and see how Olamic classifies it. It does have the proprietary pivot, but they do a great job of giving you that tool. It looks like a little figure S with the 2 points on it. You plug it right into the pivot tool, and it's no problem at all. It is a frame lock, as you can see. One of the quirky things on this is the pocket clip. I don't care for it at all. I'm not sure if the picture can get it. It doesn't really slide in too well or out of my pocket. Maybe somebody else would have better luck, but it's certainly not one of my favorite things of this knife, which is a shame because I really wanted something I'd be able to spider flick. I'd be able to do a side deployment, and this definitely does both of those things very, very well. It is funny with all the knives that I've been showing recently that I got a knife that doesn't drop shut. But I will tell you, with a little bit of tuning, a little flick of the wrist, and that knife goes right down into the pocket. And I'm very happy with it. The Wayfarer, I will say the flipper tab was a little bit longer and protruded into the opening where your thumb gets into the liner. This does not. That size of the flipper is very good. I enjoy it. I think it is the right size for this knife. I think that the handle is great. You can get a really great purchase on it. There is no jimping up top, which is interesting because a knife with a 3.88 inch blade probably should have a little bit of jimping so you can make sure that you can really get some stability in your cutting. There is a little bit of a choil here. You could get your pointer finger on there, but there is no sharpening choil. So if you are going to ride this area here, you have to be cognizant of where that blade starts and the choil ends. Sweet knife. I like it. Here's some comparison. I think I put my PM2 over here and my other PM2 over here. Hey, look at that, two PM2s. I have S30V and I have Maximet. The Maximet I got on the secondary sale. It is a sweet steel, a better price being that it was a secondary sale. My PM2 and the S35V is probably one of my favorites. You can see that handle length is very, very similar, and I think that's why I'm really enjoying this Swish. I definitely like the blade shape better on the Paramilitary 2 at this point, only because that's what I like, and that's what I'm used to. I haven't had a good chance. I literally just got that Swish today, so maybe after a little bit of use, I could say whether or not I like the Swish blade shape or not. Some other knives to do a comparison. I have my Impulse full size, and I have my KOENIG ARIUS. And I know you're going to say, Joe, this is outside of the range. You got a KOENIG ARIUS that's $900,000, and then you've got a $300 Vero Impulse. What are they both doing on the same table? Well, this guy, $1,000, great deployment, drop shut, Spidey flick. What more do you want? The Vero, $300 table, drop shut, fantastic action, and reverse Spidey flick. What more do you want? Both frame locks, so these are the knives that the Swish is competing with. And I will say, US made, great production value, great spa service. You could do 2 spa services a year, unlimited sharpening, and if you call Olamic and you want to get this blade refinished or the scales refinished, you want one of their different patterns, you want to get them drilled, they'll work with you at a very reasonable price and refinish the knife as a whole. So yeah, how does it compare? Well, that price point of around $550 for the Swish, I think is very fair. It's probably very comparable to what you get into when you talk about your Chris Reeves knives. You know, would you rather have this over Chris Reeves knife? You know, maybe. You know, if this blade shape speaks to you, if this handle shape speaks to you, it's certainly not a classic style look, but it is a very, very, very I guess I could say modern and good looking blade. I don't think that you could say that this is not good looking. Will it work as well as a Sebenza? Of course it will. Can you flip a Sebenza? Not really. Can you spider flick a Sebenza? Only if it's double lugged and you're really, really good. Yeah, I can't do it, so I don't know what to tell you. You know, where do you spend your money on? I don't think if you spent $550 on a Swish, you would be disappointed. I think you'd get great steel, great edge, very flickable. You have your reverse Spidey flick, and you have a great U.S. company with a great warranty to back it up with. Now, just a couple other things to compare it to. I do have my Cortex, which is definitely one of the reasons why I like a knife with that Spidey hole in it. I know it's not a true Spidey hole. You could call it a fuller with a sliver in it. But, you know, if I can't deploy a knife with multiple methods, I don't see myself gravitating towards it as much as I have in the past. And just for shits, because I have it sitting there, it is my CKF Rotten Evo. You know, another knife, only one deployment method, and that is reverse Spidey flick, but M390 steel. Really great option. And how does it compare? You know, night and day difference in blade shape, night and day difference in blade size. But the handle size will tell you that a nice handle, get a good purchase on it. You know, at table, they're around the same price. So, you know, just to give you so many options of what the different knives in different steels and different shapes with different blade edges certainly had the capability of filling your hand. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, you know. Out of these 3, everybody knows that I would take my Cortex over these 3. But if you look at the blade stock, you know, the Swish is certainly a harder use knife. I mean, shit, it is definitely thicker and harder use than the Paramilitary 2. And just to give you an idea, the Vero, which doesn't get as much love as it should as far as the workability, usability, and strength, look at the size of that blade stock. I mean, I'm thoroughly, thoroughly impressed about what you can do with $300, $350 Vero. But if you do come across a Swish and you have an opportunity to get your hands on one, grab it. I don't think you'll have any problem with it. And like I said, if you don't like the way it looks, it doesn't matter, because you can send it to Olamic. They'll take care of it for you. And, you know, there'll be no issues there in trying to get them to get a knife that you really like the ergonomics, the deployment method, but you very well might not be too much of a fan on how it looks. So if anybody has any questions, just send me a comment. Find me on Instagram, Watson and the Shark. I'm going to post that down below. And to all the Vero chat guys I didn't say hello to last time, what's up, Kyle? I think you're the only one I missed. And Alex, and I don't know anybody else. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And can't wait to see you guys soon. Thank you.